Well, believe it or not, we're back in Niagara Falls with my favorite monster. No, not Frankenstein. With Allie. She wanted to come back over to the House of Frankenstein / Frankencoaster Burger King and take some more fun pics. We are still in Canada. Technically, we went back to the States yesterday, but we've crossed back over the border here to Clifton Hills in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. Not only to get another taste of the wackiness up here, but if everything goes according to plan, to go behind Niagara Falls itself. Allie just went inside the Burger King, which looks absolutely packed. I'm out here so I don't have a claustrophobia attack. This place is great. Clifton Hill, just steps away from the falls itself, which we'll see in a minute. There's just no place like this, man. Every side street crammed with attractions. Look at this. Look at this rapping vulture down here. What in the world? I got an animatronic fella down in a barrel there. Look at this rat. Oh my gosh.
The epic story of the Crystal Cave.
Dude, I love this. I love stuff like this so much. There can't be too much of this stuff in the world. All right, it's hard to drag myself away from this part of town. We were here about a week ago and went inside of the Movieland Wax Museum down there. But today is supposed to be about the falls and trying to see something I haven't seen since I was a kid. In my head, when I came here as a kid, we went into Ripley's, and that's where I saw the barrels that people actually went over the falls in. Last time we were in here, I was told it's not actually in there, it's in a separate museum. So we're gonna cruise down, try to see if we could find it. All right, we're just jumping into the Canada Trading Company here really quick, looking for an umbrella. It's supposed to rain on and off today. Might as well try to be prepared. Man, look at this, the mother load of maple syrup. All right, emergency umbrella acquisition achieved. And now we are headed towards that tower over there, closer to the Horseshoe Falls, the Skylon Tower. Not the Cylon Tower, that's a different thing. Oh, it's a heck of a walk. It's like Vegas. It is farther away from you than you think it is, dude. I don't like that at all. Look at the elevator going up the side of it. Oh, no thanks. Obviously a great view of the falls from up there, but I really have no desire at all. However, what I do have a desire to see is supposedly right in the base of the tower. Supposedly, this is where the Daredevil Museum is. I don't know, I don't see any signs for it or anything. Oh yeah, okay, look at that. There it is, the Daredevil Museum ticket counter. All right, we've got our tickets. Let's see what kind of crazy contraptions people took to go over the falls. Oh, this is it right here. Daredevil Barrels of Niagara Falls exhibit. All right, we've scanned in, look at this. It's water themed. Well, look at this, the first kayak to shoot whirlpool rapids successfully, 1981. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Yeah, this is what I remember. An exhibit just like this. Oh my gosh, look at this. Death Barrel over the falls, July 5th, 1930. And that thing right there is indeed made of wood. Oh my gosh, look at this. Speaking of wooden barrels, it says Annie Edison Taylor was the first person and woman to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. She was 63 years old and did it in 1901. And look at that, there's the actual barrel she did it in, which looks just like this. I'm not sure if this is the actual barrel or not. It doesn't say actual barrel, so I'm assuming it's a replica. Oh my gosh, this said she was said to have been accompanied by her cat. She took a cat over Niagara Falls in a barrel? Oh no, it looks like this guy didn't make it. George Stathakis, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, went over the falls in this barrel right here. And no wonder it says Death Barrel on it. It says he successfully went over Horseshoe Falls, but his barrel became trapped in the rocks and a backflow of water trapped him for hours and suffocated him to death. But look at this, his turtle survived. Oh my gosh, and this is it, the Death Barrel. I wasn't expecting death barrels, man. Look at the colors on there. I wonder what country he was from. Dude, look at these other crazy contraptions right here. Here's a metal barrel to go over the falls with. Look at this guy right here. Carol Susek. He did the rapids in 1977 and then went over Niagara Falls in 1984. And he lived because it says he went on David Letterman after the fact, but died when he attempted to recreate his stunt in the Houston Astrodome. Dude, if I went over Niagara Falls in a barrel, I don't think I would ever attempt to replicate it. Maybe nothing could ever like get you that excited again after you did it. Look at the barrel right here. Oh, there's like a little chair in there just your little cockpit. Imagine how loud it would be inside of a freaking metal barrel. This boat over here from 1961 was made to shoot the rapids as an experiment because they thought if it worked, maybe they could build bigger boats on the same design as rescue boats. Look at that little thing. Look at those little tiny portholes, right? Dude, what cracked that little porthole? Dang. That was Ray Weaver that shot the rapids in this thing. Dude, it's unbelievable. When you stand out there, you cannot imagine anyone surviving something like that. It's not a very big museum, but it only costs $5, and it's totally, completely worth it. Because look at this. Super Dave Monday's barrels. Does he have 2 barrels in here? Look at this big giant foam. Is this foam on it? Oh yeah, that's foam. Look, he was in a metal cylinder in there. Look at that little hatch. And then it was surrounded by foam, I guess, to cushion your impact on the rocks down there. Dude, that is so crazy. And the guy said, look at this, I just don't know how to swim. I still don't. You see some of the foam is worn away, but you can still see little touches of the original red paint on the outside of the foam. I cannot imagine getting in that just to try it on for size. That one was his later attempt, because that was 1990. Look at this over here. The first time he went down in this, or one of the earlier times. Yeah, look at that. 1985 he went over. 1987 he went over. This looks like the 1987 barrel to me. Oh my gosh. Oh, maybe he used this same barrel twice, because this one says he had his barrel seized by police when he went to do the attempt. Yeah, I guess it's probably not legal to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel, you know what I mean? Like, how do you get a permit for something like that? Especially since it's like, you'd have to start on the US side and then come down on the Canadian side. That does seem like it'd be pretty hard to sneak out of the trunk of your car up to the falls. Again though, like, the lack of padding on the inside, there's just a seat belt and a couple of bars to hold on to as handles. This guy right here was freaking crazy. Oh yeah, okay, he tried in 85 and they shut down the water so he couldn't do it. October 1985, he made it over, became the 10th person to do it and survive. October 11th, 1987, he was stopped. 1990, couldn't quite get over the falls and was stuck in the foam barrel on the edge, just as most of the foam broke off in the rapids up there. And then in 1993, finally made it over in a different contraption and became the first person to go over the falls twice and survived. And look, here's his other barrels right over here. I think this is the one he made his first successful attempt. And look at this. There's even a little camera port right there so he could film his attempt. Now this one's got foam inside right here. Okay, that's more like what I was expecting to see. Foam and seat belts. Boy, look at the size of that thing. And then here we go, 1993. I think this is the one he made it over the second time in. Okay, Dave Monday is insane. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but the inside of that one is pretty padded up as well. That's what you'd want, dude. Holy cow. Again, how do you sneak that out of your truck and into the water? It says he was a former skydiving instructor and diesel mechanic. So the guy lived for that adrenaline rush, man. Holy cow. Can you imagine getting in that thing? That's crazy. Allie's watching the little documentary over there on all the people that did it. Look at this. This is just a bunch of freaking tires right here wrapped up in a net. This guy, Red Hill Jr., was a souvenir shop owner up here and went through the rapids in 1948 and survived. Then he tried to go over the falls in this thing in 1951 and didn't make it. It's all canvas and webbing holding together 13 inner tubes. Oh, and it says this, that when it says that after his 1951 attempt he died in, that's when they made stunting over the falls, as it puts it, illegal. Can you imagine getting into that and then going over one of the world's most powerful freaking waterfalls? Heck no. I guess this is the one that he made it over the rapids in successfully. That is so cool. Look at this. We didn't even have to pay. We could have just peeked in from the exit over there. That is crazy. So that's Red Hill Jr. That's the guy that died in the thing, I think. Dude, here's another one used by his dad, William Red Hill Sr. Over the rapids, 1910, 30, and 31. Look at that. Rescued 1916 from Upper Rapids. Oh, he rescued people from the Niagara River. Saved a girl from a burning house in 1896. And he was gassed and wounded 4 times in World War I. Oh my gosh, so he was a rescuer. Swam the Niagara River from US to Canada, 1925, rescued somebody else after going over the falls. This is a crazy little museum. So that's pretty much the gist of it. The only thing we didn't see is this little boat right here. It's not much of a boat. I mean, look how tiny this thing is next to me. This is another hill here, another hill relative, Major Lloyd Hill. Successfully navigated the whirlpool rapids on 4 separate occasions during his lifetime. Apparently he tried to go over the falls once, but jumped out or something because only the barrel went over. And this thing right here, he shot the whirlpool rapids in this bad boy. It's such a crazy thing. I have absolutely no desire to ever do anything like that. But I must admit, I like hearing about other people doing this. It's just such a funny cliche from cartoons when you're growing up, right? Like going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. It's an expression I used to hear all the time. I don't think I've heard that for years and years, but people used to say stuff like that, like if you were being risky, right? And it all started with this lady right here. A 63-year-old woman and her cat went over in a wooden barrel called the Queen of the Mist. Look at that thing. She wasn't just the first woman to go over either. She was the first person entirely. She started all this.
She had a sad story. I was watching on TV and they said that she thought she would be famous after she did this, and I guess after a couple of weeks, like, the hype died down and she would sit on the side of the road with like her little table and tell people her stories and make a few pennies that way, but the lady on TV said she died penniless.
Oh my gosh, that is horrible. That is so sad. Annie Edison Taylor. We remember you, Annie. We remember. See, look at this right here. 188 feet. Imagine going down 188 feet of insane water in a wooden freaking barrel. This lady deserves to be world famous. She's a legend. I don't know if you can tell, but inside the death barrel over here across the way, look at how busted up the inside is. From all the water hitting it, maybe? Oh my gosh. Just crazy. Okay, well, there you go. That's the long and the short of it. That's the first room of the museum. Here's the second room of the museum. That's all there is. The 2 rooms, a little informational television program here, and just crazy pieces of history. Now, it's getting pretty close to our turn to go over Niagara Falls. Oh, sorry, over to Niagara Falls. We're not going to go over in a barrel, but we are going to go behind the falls on the little Behind the Falls tour. Tickets usually sell out for that, you know, like way in advance, but we found some for 4 p.m. today when we were looking on the internet last night, 2 in the morning, after we had already gone back to the United States. So we came back for more. Dude, apparently some of the daredevils are buried here in Niagara Falls in a nearby cemetery. Definitely gives us something to see next time we come up here. By the way, down here in the bottom of the tower, look at all the fun stuff to do. Kind of quiet in here though. Reminds me of those little pavilions at Epcot. Is what Allie just said. I stole her line. Allie's freaking out because she says this place gives her backrooms vibes. I just had to come down here to use the washroom, man. Nice washroom, though.
Look at the TV. It's just on, but nothing's on.
Yeah, that is very Epcot 10 years ago. Weird. Weird. Especially once the little carousel horse music started playing. Yeah, get me out of here. There's a gemstones and handcraft gallery up here. People are taking their picture being green screened in a barrel going over the falls. A lot of Canadian souvenirs. Oh yeah, look at that. You can get photoshopped into anything these days. Where's the barrel one? Oh, now I get it. A little Starbucks over here. I'm surprised it's not a Tim Hortons. All right, we're going out. We're headed towards the falls. Oh, you hear that? As we descend the hill, I can already hear the falls. All right, there's the statue of King George VI, I believe, Queen Elizabeth's father. Ironically, he's looking across the street over there towards the American Falls. Oh yeah, here we go, right here. The American Falls. Those are on the U.S. side. That's the American city of Niagara Falls over there. Look at one of the Maid of the Mist boats crossing down there in front of us, getting a beautiful view, getting soaked over there in the spray. Look at the rocks. Has anyone ever gone over these falls in a barrel? That would be painful. Ooh, I can feel the wind coming off the falls down there. Again, I've never been over to that side. There's like a weird observation deck over there. I can see that there's walkways to actually get down right up next to the American Falls, down super low. Pretty cool. I wonder what the little one's called to the right. Little Niagara? Maybe that one's Niagara Junior. Yeah, there's the American ones. I can feel the wind coming off it, and I can feel the mist from the 2 falls. There's the Canadian one over there, the Horseshoe Falls. You can see one of the Maid of the Mist boats way down there, struggling against the current and the wind and the mist. That is so crazy. What? Oh, zip line. Zip line.
That looks so fun.
Yeah, totally. That looks so fun. Too bad we're out of time. It's weird because you can see the wind picking up just chunks of mist, like plumes of mist, and then bringing them over along this walkway here, which goes for just forever, and depositing it on the tourists, which feels nice actually, because although it doesn't look it out here, it's very warm. More importantly, very humid. Oh, look at that. There goes the hot air balloon. There goes the hot air balloon, and that bridge is connecting Canada and the United States. That's the Rainbow Bridge. Because when the sun is out, like you saw the other day, if you saw our episode out here, there are all kinds of rainbows down in this gorge. Maybe that's where the word gorgeous came from. Dude, we're in luck today. This section is really not too busy. We're getting all kinds of great views without the hassle of the crowds from over here of both Horseshoe Falls and the American Falls. Yeah, look at that. Look at the bottom right of the waterfalls. There's these like metal decks down there. People down there in ponchos. Oh, dude, you know you're getting soaked if you're standing right there. Allie's gonna stick her eyeballs on one of these things right here and try and see down at the Made of the Mist boats. What do you see?
I see birds.
Birds? There are a lot of birds down there. Wait a minute. She's a peeping Tom. All right, well, we've been going at kind of a leisurely pace, but we gotta pick it up here because we've gotta be over at the little Table Rock Tour Center thing at 4 p.m. It's 3 o'clock right now. All right, we gotta hoof it. Gotta hoof it through the crowds. I've only done this once before, going down behind the falls. I just remember getting really wet and having the poncho on and it being really loud. I don't think the camera I have is all that waterproof, but there's always the phone at least. That's a good thing about iPhones now, man. They are pretty waterproof. You don't ever need to use a bag of rice anymore. Ooh, getting back closer to Horseshoe Falls. It's not just the mist that's increasing. You can see the crowds are getting bigger down there too. I can feel it. I can feel the mist, the mystical mist. And there goes the Maid of the Mist. Look at that. Dang it. One day I'm gonna get down on those boats. I've never done it, but one day. One day. You can see over to the right of Horseshoe Falls, the Table Rock Center. That's where we're going. And I believe we're going down on that little ledge. I don't know if you can see those yellow ponchos. Everything's kind of misty and grayed out. And I'm pretty sure we are going down there in just a couple minutes. It's supposed to rain here in a bit. I don't know how anyone's gonna tell when it started raining because it is wet out here. It's also awesome. You can hear like every language in the world being spoken along this ledge. Oh yeah, I almost never use my phone to film, but I'm gonna have to switch over to the phone. It is so misty right now. Like my glasses are soaking wet. What a fun one. Allie doesn't like mist or moisture because her hair gets really frizzy and she gets all like, oh, my hair's frizzy. Everybody else's hair is frizzy too. We're all mis-frizzled today. Look at this mist. It's not really that bad. It feels like an average Wednesday in Oregon or something, you know? Oh wow, the closer we get, you can't see anything over there. It's just white out. It just straight feels like it's raining now.
I think it is.
I can't tell. I honestly cannot tell. Everybody's wet. Everything is wet. The mist is wet. The waterfall's wet. The water's wet. Look at the Maid of the Mist down there. Those people are definitely all kinds of wet. Woo! Niagara Falls! Oh, Canada! All right, we've reached the Table Rock Center. I think this is where our tour departs from. Allie's got her umbrella out. It doesn't do any good though. The mist is coming from all directions. Theoretically, any minute now, we're gonna be down closer to all that. All right, we're in the Table Rock Center, trying to figure out where we have to check in. We purchased our tickets online, so we've already got the tickets. So much maple popcorn everywhere. We are lost, we are Americans, and we're confused. Look at that maple bar. A whole liquor store of maple syrup. Wow, this isn't back rooms. This is like an airport in here. An international airport. Okay, here it is, Journey Behind the Falls. Right back this way. All right, we found it. We scanned our tickets, we checked in, and now gonna go down the stairs and journey behind the falls. Ooh, sounds so cool when I say it like that. Ooh, we're gonna feel the rush. Look at this. They're taking your picture back here. That's so cool. Oh, this is kind of neat. They make it fun for you. While you wait, they give you all kinds of Niagara Falls information, how it formed, how it works, how much water is there, and then a little bit of the history of the tourism going back and back. Look, 1848, 1822, 1780. People have been coming out here for a long time. Oh, look at this. 1678. Father Louis Hennepin, a Catholic priest, part of an early expedition, believed to be the first European to see the falls. Okay, we made it to the poncho room. Prepare yourselves, guys, because we look really, really cool now. Yeah, that's right. Look at us. Fashion. Turn to the left. Fashion. Turn to the right. Ooh, a hush has descended. I think our moment arrives. or approaches or something. Oh, they're gonna shove us onto elevators in groups. Oh, they really pack them in. Here we go down. Okay, we descended 125 feet down. The elevators are just behind us there. We're going out to see the falls. I guess we go out here first, see the waterfall itself, and then we'll go behind the falls. Oh, I feel like Gollum down here. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. It's so loud. Whoa! Dude, look behind it. Look at the way the mist curls back up there. So much wind down here. That is wild. Look at those people down there. There's a lower deck to come out and see. We'll go down there in a second. We'll get really wet, Allie. We'll get all moist. Look at this, is just outside the tunnel here. Holy cow. You can feel it. You can feel the ground vibrating. Would you look at the size of that waterfall? Okay, so for scale, there's some people there. There's some people on the Maid of the Mist. Oh my gosh. It is crazier than I remembered. Look at that thing. It's like the biggest pressure washer of all time. Look how the mist is eroding the cliff away behind the falls. Wow. You like it?
Yeah.
Awesome. You gotta yell. That's like to yell to hear you.
Yeah.
You're so quiet. Oh yeah, man. Looking out the other way, you can see the American Falls. It's so windy down here. It is awesome. Look at that. Holy guacamole! All right, we're going down to the lower level. Apologies for any wind noise and stuff. I can't control the weather. Nobody can control this weather. Oh yeah, it's windy. It's wet, dude. But look at this. Oh wow. We're not even at the bottom. Just like halfway down or something. Well, probably a little more than halfway down. But you get the idea. Hyperbole! Dude, that's where we came down. It's 125 feet to up there. We came down the stairs here. Just look at that. That is so cool. See, I didn't know the ponchos were optional. I didn't know I didn't have to wear a yellow trash bag. Unbelievable, man. See, I don't remember this part of it. I remember the part in the tunnels behind the falls. I remember it being loud, crowded, wet, slippery. I don't remember this. This is cool. Dude, that is freaking crazy. You just feel the vibration. You can feel it in your inner ear. Kind of sounds like what I imagined standing next to a helicopter rotor blade would sound like, plus 1,000 showers. So loud it's even drowning out like, 100 people standing behind me all talking. It's crazy. Look at that. Falls behind the falls. Look at all the mist. Look at the mist shooting up. Just from the sheer force. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm getting blown away.
Yeah. The wind wants to take Allie up. Wants to take her up into the falls. You alright? Careful. A bee? Oh my god. Even down here. She can't get away from the bee. Dude. I don't remember how much these cost, these tickets, like, I don't know, 40 bucks or something? Can't remember if that was US or Canadian. Worth it just to get down here. 50 bucks a piece, or 44 bucks a piece, whatever it was. It's worth it just to get down. Oh, here's the Maid of the Mist boat. Wow, look at them struggling. And normally, these things are packed. This one's not too bad. Look at that one, Allie. They had room for us. Look at those people on the front. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! What a storm! Looks like a show on Discovery Channel about Alaska. That is so cool. Oh, look at that! USA! USA! Okay, Allie trying to stay dry. Not possible. Oh, I think it's raining now. Who can tell though? Okay, yeah. I think I figured it out. It's misty. And it's raining. Poor Allie's got her purse under there. It looks so funny. We're gonna go back up these steps here. And now we're gonna go into the little portals, the little caves dug out behind the falls, and see what the backside of water looks like. The 8th wonder of the world. Oh man, it's jam-packed right there. Chaos. Chaos at the falls. I don't know where that goes. What? There's a spider? I love how Allie's pointing out the spider instead of this. Look at that. So there's more tunnels behind the falls that we don't have access to. You can just hear the water dripping down that. This is so cool. This is what I imagine the utilidors under Disney World look like. They don't. I have been in them. But that's what my imagination always informed me they would look like. Oh, look at the line to get back up the elevator. Okay, we're not going up the elevator. We're hooking a left. Here we go. Oh, into the long tunnel. Last time I was in a tunnel like this was inside the Hoover Dam. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Dude, the whole thing is vibrating. The walls are wet. Genuinely kind of scary down here. You feel this whole thing vibrating like in your inner ear. It's like an earthquake. If you've never been in an earthquake, you want to know what it sounds like? It sounds like this. Yeah, this is the part I remember, man. Slippery when wet, that's for sure. Oh, it looks like a little bit of a line to get in the portal. Guess we'll queue up, because we want to see that. We want to see the back side of water. We decided to line up for the far one. That's the longest line. Wow, now I see why the tickets sell out. They are popular. That noise, that rumble, there's nothing like that. It's just like, I want earplugs almost. Ah, we're moving forward, but the line is long. If you don't like small, damp, loud, ear-splitting vibration, low vibration noises and places, this is not the line for you. Oh, it's also dark in here. Spooky! Bro, what is the point of that? I can see it dripping too. The whole place is dripping. I don't think you need... What do you need a hose for? I mean, maybe to wash it out? It's already wet. If you touch the ceiling, you can just feel the power, the vibration from above you. Crazy. Oh, we made it to the corner. We can almost see how much longer the line is gonna be. Hooray! Oh, it's not too bad. I can kind of see the end. I can kind of see it. Well, I guess that shows where we are. We're not even that far back. Crazy though. Yeah, I think we're the black dot right there. Whoa. Now, if you think you're seeing a lot of footage of getting up to this, imagine how much longer it took us to live through it. Oh yeah, we are so close now. Look at that. The backside of water! It is so loud, it is so loud in here. Allie's gonna take their picture for them, and hopefully we'll get them to take our picture for us. But look at that though. That is a lot of freaking water right there. We could use some of that in California. Look how wet it is right there. Oh my gosh. Would you look at that? That is the void. It goes into nothing. Dude, that is intense right there. That is intense. Dude, the backside of water. So wild. It was a long wait. A very long wait, as you can see right here. But that was worth it. A long wait for a short view. Dude, and that wasn't the only portal. There's another one that we passed up with an equally long line. I'm not sure Allie will wait in another line like that again. But that was awesome. Confirmed. We are skipping the second portal. Because look at this. Look at the size of that crowd. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Actually, there's the second hole right there. You can see pretty much the same thing. You know, a little shorter of a tunnel. Shorter of a line. Not shorter of a line, though. Not shorter of a line. All right, that was awesome, dude. Pretty cool. You get the idea. I mean, honestly, you can just stick your head behind your bathtub faucet, you know, and just look through that. It will kind of look like the same thing, but it's louder and more vibrating. Can I just say you just look very pretty with your hair braided? I love seeing your ears. You're so cute. You have such a pretty smile. I love you. I think this is actually more impressive than being behind it. This little station out here and being out in the mist. Oh yeah, the rain is coming down now. It's raining and misting at Niagara Falls. We're gonna take a couple of fun pics down here, then head back up to the surface. Will I be able to reacclimate though? Will I be able to reacclimate to surface life? Everybody out here looks the same. I didn't want to conform anymore, you know? I wanted to be the rebel that I am. So I've removed the poncho. Today the R stands for moisture. Come on, Allie, get wild. Get wet and wild. She never wants to get wet and wild, bro. I just didn't want to look like a prophylactic anymore, you know? Woo, what a fun one. That's gonna be a fun one for the whole family. Look how much mist is shooting out of there. The rain is falling. Absolutely incredible. Awesome. It's only too bad the sun isn't shining, because then you get the rainbows down here. You get like the crazy rainbows, double rainbows, so intense. By the way, I think the red boats, the boats with the red ponchos that are all packed, I think those are the Canadian side boats. They have Canadian flags. And then the blue boats, I think, are coming from America, far less crowded. So, I don't know if that's actually accurate or just anecdotal, like that's just what I'm seeing. But I feel like the pro tip is to get the Maid of the Mist from the US side. If that's the case, you get way less crowded boats. Because I see people like, it's really easy to get to the front of it. Anyway, it's windy, it's rainy. We're gonna go back up top. All right, well, as you can see, it is now raining. We've got rain coming from this way. We've got the spray coming from this way. It feels like there might be some spray or rain coming from underneath. So we've got a little bit of stinging rain, some big old fat rain, rain that seems to come up underneath. You can see here, otherwise the weather is very beautiful, very gloomy, very gray. A lot of moisture in the air today. We're gonna be watching out for humidity. And what is that? Oh, it turns out that we actually missed the first Oogie Boogie Bash. That's the Halloween party at Disneyland, to be out here. But we have our special correspondent, Fake, or I like to call him Tuna Tyler, who would love this weather. A lot of moisture, very good for tuna. And I think he's gonna be joining us live. How is it there at Oogie Boogie, Tyler?
Thanks, Justin. So, I'm here now at Disney California Adventure for the Oogie Boogie Bash. We're a couple treat trails in at the moment. Some good, some just okay things. I've already eaten quite a few of the Rice Krispie treats. I don't know who some of these characters are that are interacting with me. Oh, and actually, here's one thing. If you want to bring in the camera here. This, nobody asked for this. These are at everything. Every stand I go to, there's one of these. I'm gonna save these for you. I think you can eat these. It says it's baked with whole grain, so I think you can eat them. So I'm gonna save those for you. I don't want them. I don't think anybody else here wants them.
Tyler, it appears that you filmed your video vertical. We were hoping for horizontal, but that's okay. Can you show us any of the spooky characters and tell us just how spooky it is out there?
Hey Justin, tons of spooky characters here, starting off with this guy Hades from one of your favorite films, Hercules. It's like 80 degrees out here right now, and his hair isn't making it any cooler for anybody. Also here is Ernesto from the film Coco, and he's a full-blown skeleton, dude. I mean, we're talking no guts, no skin, all bones, guitar. Spooky. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know these guys' names from Hercules. This was pretty awesome to see as well. This is obviously Maleficent. Now I know you're thinking the Angelina Jolie version probably. I know you love that film, but this is based on the animated version. And this was awesome to see in person. Very commanding presence, very frightening in real life. But to wrap things up here, Justin, this was the highlight for me, seeing Judge Doom from that Touchstone classic picture, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So we're gonna throw it back to you. We are having a great time here. We're eating candy, we're seeing villains. It's a blast, it's a little warm, we're having a good time. Back to you.
All right, Tyler, thank you. So we're back here at Niagara Falls. As you can see, a little bit of moisture this way, a little bit of moisture this way, a little bit of moisture from underneath. There's moisture coming up my poncho. We all look like a bunch of condoms here, but that is okay. Kids, if you don't know what that is, don't ask your parents or they'll get mad at me. And wait, what's that? We might have another update from Tyler here as Oogie Boogie closes down. Tyler, are you there? Okay.
Hey, thanks for checking back in. I'm still here. I'm in front of the Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. We all are waiting for it, and there's an abundance of craisins. I'll let you decide if the craisins are a good choice or not. We're having a good time. Things are just still don't know who a lot of these characters are. We did see Judge Doom. That was really cool. Clarabelle, I know Clarabelle. She was down there. Hey, we're hanging out. We got a little bit more time here. I'm hoping to get some more craisins. Personally, who needs Snickers or Reese's or anything like that when you can have graham cracker, giant oversized goldfish, and craisins. I'm gonna go home. My knees hurt really bad, and thank you for the candy. This is my dinner now for the next couple nights, except for those graham crackers, which I will leave at your place.
Thanks, Tyler. And that is the weather report from Niagara Falls. That's a report from Oogie Boogie Bash. The first year we ever missed the first day, which is pretty crazy. And we're gonna go up top now and have a little bit more adventure. Dry ourselves out. and then go home to the USA in a little bit. Oh my gosh, there's a line to get out of here. I think we might live under Niagara Falls now. Okay, that was one packed elevator ride. I literally had to suck in my gut. I was the last man on the elevator. And then now we're here. They wanted us to recycle the ponchos, but I'm like, I'm recycling mine by using it at home, fellas. Look at this, Canadian hot sauce. Tastes like water, same spicy level. I'm just kidding, Canada, I'm just kidding. We had some tacos actually yesterday in Galt. Canadian tacos, and they were quite spicy. They were weird. Like there was cabbage and pickles on them. Weird, you know what I mean? Definitely not your normal Mexican taco, but very good and very spicy, surprisingly spicy. Can I just say that this shop has the best souvenirs of any shop I've seen in Canada? Look at that, you got maple syrup and poutine shirts here. And by the way, McDonald's up here has poutine, Wendy's has poutine, everybody's got poutine. There's some great t-shirts in here, some great bargains. Oh, Canada. All right, we got a poutine pillow here, people. A poutine pillow. You did what in this pillow? Got a coaster of ladies playing hockey. Nice. Mugs of Canada. I'm always tempted to buy like everything that just says Canada like that and then give it to my dad for Christmas. He doesn't need stuff from Canada. He lived Canada. He lived it. All right, we're out. We're out. We got to make our way back to the car so we can make our way back to the USA and out of Canada for good. Well, for now. Okay, what the heck? What gives? Look at this. You see the Maid of the Mist, the American one going into the falls. American flag on that bad boy. What's this little area down here? They got different colored ponchos. How do you go out those big doors? I guess I can't really see the falls from there. They're more looking this way. Maybe that's the discount tour? I don't know. What is that? Does anybody know? What the heck? All right, we have 1 mile to walk. In the sogginess. I think this hat's bit the dust. That's all right. Went to Washington, D.C. We went to Gettysburg and explored a museum in the battlefield with different historians, which was awesome. Made contact with my Canadian family I haven't seen in nearly 20 years. Saw some graves of my ancestors. Saw some Anne of Green. Whoa, puddles everywhere. Anne of Green Gables filming locations. Some Goosebumps filming locations for Allie. Well, something else. Saw the original Luke's Diner from the original pilot episode of the Gilmore Girls. We've done a lot. We've seen a lot, but I think this is where we draw the line. If you want to help me come back to Canada one day, as well as do all the other adventures, if you're getting value out of these videos, click the thumbs up. Please subscribe. It still helps a little bit. Share the videos with a friend of yours. All those things are free, and they really help. And if you really, really want to help, we got a merch store with our Kindred Spirit hats here. We have Patreon. We have so much more. Just go to randomland.com, and you can find it all. Even my Instagram. Come over and say hi. And after that, we'll have done our duty, just like us out here on the border of Niagara Falls. Now it's time to go home and sleep well. Back to you in the studio. Okay, look at this. Look at all these geese. Do you know what these are? These are Canada geese. Okay, and you know how I can tell? I'm gonna teach you how you can tell that these right here are Canada geese. Ready? Because they're in Canada. That's why they're Canadian geese, Canada geese. Because they're in. Also, look at, I figured out how I could hear and wear a poncho at the same time. I think this might catch on.
So anyway, one more time, Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. We're gonna do one more recap and then we're out of here. Hey, I'm walking here. We're not in New York. We're still here at Disney California Adventure in California. This is way too scary in here, dude. Look around. Look how scary all this is.
Well, if you do, tell him that Mr. Oogie Boogie is looking for him.
Well, as previously mentioned, our bags nearly runneth over. It was a pretty good haul, man. We got some, check this out. I got two, well, this is underwhelming now, but I got 2 Rice Krispie treats handed to me at the same time. right before that, I got a gummy pack that was wet. So the 2 Rice Krispie treats made up for the wet gummy pack that I got.